Fast and loose here. We're gonna do a nitrous kit on the 512 and the 58. This is the kit we got right here. Alright, that was about what, $600-700. Here's the part number. It came with the bottle and all the parts to install it. Come with the throttle switch, on and off switch, the solenoids, lines, wires, connectors, everything. You can just splice her right on in there. Longer studs, that's what we're gonna start with. I already removed the carburetor. I'm gonna try to be lazy and not disconnect anything else and just kind of put it to the side and take the studs out. So we're gonna start there and I'll be right back. So I stopped being super lazy and I just undid the transmission linkage here. Move the carburetor over so I can get my eyeballs in here a little better. I'm gonna use the gaskets that came with the kit, even though mine was, the one I had on there was pretty thick. It was pretty thick. What's this bad girl right here? But it's got like indentations from the carburetor, and when I put the plate, the nitrous plate on here, it was rocking back and forth a little bit, so that's not good. And it looks, you know, a little restrictive. It probably wasn't, but I mean, if you're into like gasket matching and trying to be slick, this isn't real slick. And I don't know, I think I got this gasket, I don't remember if I got it with the Holley 850 or not. It's a Holley Street HP 850. So it's kind of tuned for the street. Street friendly from idle to wide open. But it's built on the race version of the carburetor. It's got the race body. No choke. Works good. Works nice. I've done minimal tuning on it. Anyway, so there's a lip here. So you take this off and you look at it. No lip. So, well, yeah, minimal lip there. So we're gonna use the fresh gaskets. I put the longer studs in, a little bit of Loctite in there. Yes, it was red, it says permanent, but it's gonna be okay, guys, I promise. All right, and then you put the new gasket, you put the plate, and you put new gasket on top of that. All right, so I'm fitting the extension tubes onto the plate here. And I have my carburetor upside down here. And so we're seeing where we want the solenoids at. It's gonna be like here. I wouldn't have room over here. And then I'm taking the plate and I'm flipping it upside down and putting it on the carburetor where it would be. It's kind of loosely matching up the mounting bolts for the carburetor holes. And you can see it's getting close to that fuel line, so I'm gonna bend that brass line. It's at a, I mean, what do we got here? Anyway, I'm gonna bend it to go this way instead of this way. So what do we got, a 90? We're gonna go 45. Okay. So we got the carburetor bolted back on. You can see it's got the new gasket on the bottom, nitrous plate, and then the new gasket on top. Just bolted it right on top of that. They have the longer studs, so that fit good with my Holley carburetor. Decided to go to the right with the fuel solenoid, just for the routing of the hose. The fuel hose. I'm gonna go back around the distributor with it, and then tee it right here to this fuel hose right here. Putting in a new fuel line, well, new fuel log here on the inlets of the carburetor. I just got this, what is this? Little Russell kit, cheap enough. I was taking off the filters and the primary side. You can see it's discolored a little bit, so I'm gonna clean it out with some carb clean or brake clean or whatever. Not quite as dirty as the secondary side. I do drive around town a little bit. That's probably from cheap fuel hoses, but that's why I'm putting nitrous on, because it's the cheapest power adder you can do. So yeah, pretty low profile. Real dead simple so far. I haven't run into any crazy problems. I bent this line back over this way, so you got a little bit of an S there. I would say plan that better if I was you, but it's gonna work. And there are little screw holes on the bottom of the solenoids, so you can make yourself a bracket and bolt it to your intake, which I'm gonna do. So next, it's just the wires. The wiring, mount the bottle. I'm gonna put it beside my seat because that seems like a good idea, to put bomb as close to you as possible. And so you'll have it comes with a throttle switch, a wide open throttle switch, which is gonna come over here somewhere. We'll figure that out. Wide open throttle switch. I bolted in the middle hole onto the back bolt of the carburetor. I twisted the bracket 45 or 90, whatever that is, from flat to sideways there. And then you can, move it up or down as needed. So when it comes open all the way, when it comes back, this little piece of bracket, which comes with the Holley carburetor, and I think it's used for different types of transmission linkages. It works in this situation, and it hits the switch right there at wide open throttle. Then you can, like I said, bend the bracket to where you need it. if you want it to hit a little earlier, or at 100% wide open throttle. And wiring, like I said, it goes, and it's in the schematic I'm gonna add in this video. But this positive goes to the positives of both solenoids, and I teed them together, and then the other wire goes in towards the armed switch, and then that's fused to power from there. Both negatives of the solenoids I just put together and grounded to the intake back there. And then there's going to be an on and off switch inside. We'll just, I think, wire it to, well, it should be separate, so we'll put it on here somewhere. Maybe take this thing out, whatever that was. Alrighty. We'll just put the last piece of the puzzle together. And that's just the bottle and brackets. Once again, super easy, simple. And it fast and loose. Little loose here. Hopefully it'll go fast. I drilled some holes through some 2x4s and put some bolts through the bracket, through the 2x4, through the floor. I know it's janky, but it'll hold pretty good. Yes, that's a carriage bolt. Don't do anything I do if anybody's actually watching this madness. But I did put some big body washers on the bottom and some lock washers and tightened her up pretty good. So it's pretty solid. It's solid. Sure. Just ran the hose, ran the line, the NOS line, Nitrous, up to the front through my little hole I've been running everything through. Sorry about the shaky camera. Probably not a lot of videos on this stuff because it's just dead simple, but I just wanted to document it anyway. Check it out, see how it'll go. All right, that's it for now. Gonna race this Saturday, a couple days, test this bad boy out, and I'll record the results and put this all together in one video. All right, thanks for watching. Gonna do a little leak test. Just tightened it up, left this line loose, this one here, and then opened the bottle, let it purge a little, and then tightened it. And the bottle's on now, so I'm gonna spray some soapy water on the fittings. See if we got any leaks here. I don't think nitrous itself is flammable, but you know, if you have a fuel leak next to it, I think that'd be bad. Let's not try it. Let's not try that theory. Gotta get down in here. Yeah, I've got some bubbles. And that's coming out of forgot to test the solenoid. So here's the arm button that the kit comes with. And then I have it on the wide open throttle switch. So I'm gonna hit the wide open throttle. Yep, she's working. Last thing, we're gonna test the fuel side of the system. Might take a minute. Carburetor was off and upside down. This is Dave with his 58 Ford.
Yeah, I was gonna say you don't want to put a window back down.
And got the nitrous to work last time. Couldn't read the air fuel ratio gauge very well because my frames per minute were too high or something. My son adjusted it for me. So we'll see how it works this time. Bottle's looking good. It's warm out here, so it's right in the green spot, right in the sweet spot. I'm gonna leave the valve all the way open. Got the switch already on, the arm switch, and so I'm not gonna worry about any of that. I'll just when I hit full throttle, it will hit the nitrous for me. I'm not gonna worry about that. All right. Morning, Fast and Loose Garage. Hey, I just wanted to do a little wrap up on this video. A couple notes. I did not include what I did with the wiring, but it's pretty simple. It does not matter. There is not a positive or negative on the solenoids. So you can use either wire for positive or negative. You wire the positives together and the negatives together, and the positives go through, or they go to the wide open throttle switch that I put on the carburetor. I'll show you in a second. That bracket, I basically twisted 90 degrees. 90? I get that mixed up. 45. So that it worked. I'll show you real quick in here in a second. This is a non-adjustable 125 kit, 125 horsepower kit. I would recommend getting the adjustable so that you don't have to tune your carburetor as much, because the kit comes running rich on the fuel side so that you don't lean out and ruin your engine. They do that on purpose. It's in the instructions. I'm going to include or have included a wire schematic by now and the part schematic by now. Like if you buy a kit, used kit on Marketplace or eBay or something, and it doesn't come with the instructions, you can get by with these schematics. So this kit did run rich on this truck. I was able to make it work. It ran a little better at higher RPM where you need it anyway, and I had to mess with the total timing because I started with low timing, about 35 total, which is where they basically tell you to go, so that you don't detonate, your engine. I went up to like 37 degrees and it did pretty well. I actually gained almost a whole second on the 8th mile, and that's with some not very good reaction times on the tree. So hope this helped you.